Everyone thinks you need the newest, flashiest smartwatch to train smarter in 2026, but here's the thing, you don't. The Garmin Vivoactive 4, a so-called oldie, still beats many shiny new wrist toys where it actually matters. Reliable GPS, week-long battery, and training features you'll use, not just admire. Wait, isn't it outdated? That's the trap. Because after 3 weeks of daily wear, 10 runs, 4 strength sessions, 2 pool swims, and a lot of sleep tracking, I found the Vivoactive 4 does the fundamentals better than most. Not perfect, not trendy, just dependably good. And the honest part, I wanted to hate it for being old, but my data said otherwise. Before we dive into what I discovered, quick heads up. If you're already leaning toward the Vivoactive 4 and want the best current price, the link is below. Stick around though, because the real-world quirks I hit might save you money or hassle. Here's why I even picked this up. I'm training for a 10K PR while juggling desk life, stroller runs, and the occasional lunch break swim. I needed a watch that could track runs accurately, handle strength sessions, store music without my phone, not die midweek, and keep me from doom-scrolling notifications. My Apple Watch nailed the smart stuff but fizzled by day 2. A budget fitness band gave me ghost steps and zigzag GPS. Even a basic running watch I tried last year nailed pacing but couldn't store music or do contactless pay. Frustrated, I gambled on the Vivoactive 4 because it promised GPS with GLONASS Galileo, on-wrist music from Spotify, Amazon Music, or Deezer, Garmin Pay, 5 ATM swim rating, body battery energy tracking, on-screen animated workouts, and Garmin Coach plans. Plus, it still sits at a 4.4 rating on Amazon. Hype aside, could a 45mm stainless steel bezel, transflective display watch keep up with 2026 demands without becoming a brick on my wrist? I started with daily health and sleep. Body battery became my morning truth serum. On days with high stress and late-night screens, I'd wake with a score in the 30s and sure enough, drag through my run. After 5 nights averaging 7 hours with respiration and overnight pulse ox sampling, my body battery climbed into the 70s and my lunchtime 5K felt easy. Sleep stages were consistent with how I felt and the respiration rate trends made sense. Pulse ox is there as a spot check, but let's be real, it's not a medical device and shouldn't be treated like one. Heart rate during steady runs was within 2 to 3 BPM of my chest strap. During intervals it lagged a beat or two on the upswing, then stabilized. Not lab grade, but solid. But then came GPS testing. I ran a 6-mile route with tree cover, a river path, then a city block canyon. GPS, GLONASS locked in fast, and measured distances matched a measured course within 0.5%. Corners were clean on the river path. In the tall buildings, pace wobbled briefly, then corrected. Split times stayed consistent, and Garmin Coach's 10K plan adjusted my easy paces after a fast finish long run. Not bad for a watch with no multiband wizardry. But then, gym day, the animated strength and Pilates workouts were a surprise win. Following on-screen form cues is simple, and the rep counting was accurate about 80 to 85% of the time. When it missed a rep on goblet squats, I edited post-workout in Garmin Connect. Hit intervals tracked fine with custom timers, though wrist HR still lags briefly during quick spikes. Then I pushed the music. I downloaded Spotify playlists directly to the watch and paired my earbuds. Here's the catch no one tells you: if your watch is on the opposite wrist from your headphone antenna, you can get cutouts. I fixed it by wearing the watch on the same side as the earbud antenna or swapping wrists mid-run. After that, stable. And yes, you can store roughly 500 songs total with supported services or MP3s. Battery was my next stress test. Garmin claims up to 8 days smartwatch mode and up to 6 hours with GPS music. In my testing, with 2 GPS runs, 45-60 minutes each, and 2 strength sessions plus all-day notifications, I got 5.5 to 6.5 days consistently. A single 90-minute GPS plus music run consumed about 22%. Pure GPS without music, you'll stretch hours further. To maximize battery, I shortened display timeout, lowered brightness, and limited notifications, exactly what Garmin suggests, and gained nearly a day. Safety and smarts: incident detection triggered once on a hard stop during a trail descent. It asked to send my location to contacts via my paired phone. Good to have, hope you never need it. Smart notifications were manageable once I filtered apps. Garmin Pay worked at my local cafe without a hitch. Swim tracking in a 25-meter pool nailed lap counts after I tightened the strap. Step counts were accurate on runs, but when pushing a stroller, I tossed the watch in my pocket as Garmin recommends and the counts normalized. But here's where it gets interesting. The most surprising discovery. In 2026, the Vivoactive 4 still hits the sweet spot of training usefulness per dollar. I logged over 25 hours across activities, and the consistency mattered more than flash. Sure, newer watches offer multi-band GPS, training readiness, HRV status, or AMOLED screens. But for everyday athletes, runners up to half marathon, cross-trainers, swimmers, the Vivoactive 4's balance is rare. Week-long battery, onboard music, Garmin Pay, 5 ATM water rating, a sunlight visible display that's always readable outdoors, and a deep app ecosystem via Connect IQ for faces and widgets. Compared to the Apple Watch SE, this lasted 3-4 times longer and was easier to read mid-run under the sun. Versus flashy fitness trackers, the GPS accuracy and training plans were simply better. Versus pricier Garmin's like the Forerunner 255 or 265, you lose advanced training metrics and multi-band accuracy, but you also keep a lot of money in your pocket. The Amazon 4.4-star crowd is onto something. The Vivoactive 4 is not the newest, but it is consistently good. Is it too good to be true? No, it has limits. No advanced recovery readiness, no maps, and wrist HR can lag on intense intervals. But for most, those aren't deal breakers, they're nice-to-haves, not must-haves. Now that you know where the Vivoactive 4 shines and where it doesn't, grab it while it's often discounted. I've linked the best current price below. If music on the wrist, week-long battery, and reliable GPS fit your training, you'll want to lock it in before prices swing. Bottom line, if you want a reliable, everyday training watch with music, Garmin Pay, strong battery, and honest-to-goodness GPS performance, the Vivoactive 4 is still an easy yes in 2026. Get it if you're a 5K to half-marathon runner, a cross-trainer who lifts and does yoga, or a swimmer who wants simple lap counts. Skip it if you're a data junkie chasing training readiness scores, need multi-band precision, or crave AMOLED glam. For everyone else, this old dog still has the right tricks. The hype cycle moves fast, but your fitness doesn't need to.